jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Stop crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe when you're home, be safe in the street. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like man knew that there's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down.
Hi, this is Ian. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot happening right now, and I'm sure you are aware of the state of emergency. So we're going to take a fast break. Listen to me, and all those who are watching, we have just reached 2,894,802. Everybody's watching, but it's a frightening thing. This morning I was live. I sat in my kitchen here, but you know everybody I talk about how my pants wasn't fixed properly and whatnot. But that is not the issue. Listen to the message. And I broke it on before everybody went live today. Before the press conference, I told you that when the Commissioner of Police got this information, he relayed the information to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, who's the head of the Security Council, and straight across to the President. I broke it down for layman to understand, so you can go back on my life. We're going to take a fast break. When we come back, it's action.
The I.A.N Show will be right back.
Chic Leisure Limited, the leading manufacturers of vermicelli, now available pre-cut in parched and unparched in convenient package sizes. Whatever your needs, trust Chic Leisure Limited for quality products. Chic Leisure Limited, making your life easier.
Live life well. From Vitabiotics, the UK's #1 vitamin company.
Innovate your space with Felicity Furniture and Appliances. Our pieces are of top quality, stylish and affordable. Dining and patio sets, sofas, wardrobes, freezers, beds, stoves and more. Visit our showroom at Lot 10B Pier Road, Felicity Chaguanas. Quality you can trust, style you love.
Welcome to A.N Hotel at Georgetown, Guyana, where business and leisure meet comfort. Our 138 smartly designed rooms offer fast Wi-Fi and a secure, private space perfect for work or relaxation. Dine at our Mosaic restaurant, where 2 international chefs craft global dishes with bold local flavors. On Fridays and Saturdays, enjoy breathtaking views at the Horizon rooftop with your favorite wine or cocktail. A.N Hotel at Georgetown, for travelers who value comfort, convenience, and connection. Check out our website to view room availability and make your booking today.
Thinking of giving your home that modern finish? Then visit ABC Bar Doors and Windows. We are the largest supplier of hardwood finishing goods. Get kitchen and pool tiles, faucets, doors, windows, sinks, and so much more. Come in or give us a call. ABC Bar Doors and Windows, always a better choice. Beat the heat at Kinko Limited Auto AC Parts and Services. Our techs have years of experience keeping you cool and comfortable. Exceptional prices, quality work, and outstanding services. Call, WhatsApp, or come in today and take advantage of our many specials.
Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves. Clever Cleaning Solutions brings you high gloss and quality tire shine concentrate. Also available silicone oil, degreasers, and rich car wash shampoo. All delivered straight to you. Call us today.
At ICU Technologies, we deliver expert CCTV, networking, and IT solutions customized for your home or business. From access control and fire alarms to audio systems, our certified team ensures flawless installation. Because today, security and connectivity aren't optional, they're essential.
Rise to the occasion.
Hey, you get your land? Yeah, by a year ago, me get me land, right?
Just to ask you, you got jobs, yeah?
Yeah, by construction work.
And you know what, boy? My sister going to UG free.
Wow, nice, great.
I like what I do with the education, boy.
Buy money making in our country now, boy.
Have to run this country, boy. This country will run tight, boy.
Why? Things moving fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
PPP know what I'm doing, but the next party sailing. I take cost to cover man anytime, boy.
By the hospital doing fast and it looking nice, boy.
I'm not imperfect, but they're better than all other political parties we have in Ghana here.
By the man doing great and there's no turning back.
No, definitely no turning back. PPP all the way.
Yeah.
Play, you here to play. Nice. There's no turning back. PPP all the way.
That was a paid political ad.
To our loyal fans and growing audience, with just $1 you can support our operations and contribute to the work that we do. Contribute while you're watching. Send your contributions to our PayPal account at ianalleyne@gmail.com and our First Citizens account. Swift code provided for international transfers.
Welcome back to the Ian Show.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, a lot is going on right now with respect to the declaration of a state of emergency. My phone has been buzzing. Just today, ladies and gentlemen, I did a live. It was about maybe for 20 minutes explaining to you what information. I want to break it down to you that what information that the police got. After the police got that information, they referred it to they went to the Prime Minister, who's the head of the Security Council in Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister, after that, took it to the President, Her Excellency, Christine Kala Kangaloo, ORTT, and that's how everything went down. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to put it together today for you, and we're going to start. Trinidad and Tobago, are you all aware? Now, just to let you know, it's under a state of emergency with effect from Friday, the 18th of July, 2025. The confirmation came in a press statement issued by Trinidad and Tobago Police Service earlier this morning. This is the press release. And just as I read this morning for you, recent intelligence has confirmed the emergency of a coordinated and highly dangerous criminal network operating from within Trinidad and Tobago Correctional Facility. This network is actively mobilizing resources and orchestrating targeted attacks against senior official and national institutions. And it's something I need to tell you today. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, how a particular judge, and what that person is going through. Listen to me, it's imperative on me that I must tell you who is this person. I have to tell you who is this person, because you know why? Everybody has a security detail out here. The Minister of National Security, everybody, the Chief Justice, everybody. But who cares about the judicial officers that dispense justice every day? Now that I said it in the past and I'm saying it again, these people need proper security. The minds of the criminals have changed over the years, over the years. So, ladies and gentlemen, also the press release reveals that the intelligence revealed that incarcerated individuals are actively leveraging internal and external network to plan and execute attack on key figures within the national security and justice sector. When we say the justice sector, what are we talking about? We are talking about judicial officers, judges, magistrates, also, ladies and gentlemen, and national security. So national security could fall under the police, senior police officers, ACPs, inspectors. So it's a frightening time. It's a very, very frightening time that we are seeing in Trinidad right now. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a critical enabler of this threat has been the unauthorized In fact, ladies and gentlemen, these efforts are not isolated but represent a structured campaign involving multiple criminal entities whose targets include senior police officers, members of the judiciary, personnel with the Office of the Director of Public within the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution and Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison, additional intelligence continued to be gathered through interagency collaboration. So which means to say, ladies and gentlemen, these efforts are isolated but represent a structured campaign involving multiple criminal entities whose target includes senior police officers, members of the judiciary. So when I tell you senior police officers, we are talking about ACPs, DCPs, inspectors, yes, inspectors, and also frontline officers. I don't like that word senior police officer, because not all the time there are senior police officers who really make the thing happen, who really go out there and hunt down the criminal elements. It is the normal police constable, and we must have respect for them. So they themselves need protection. They themselves need as they say, a keep and carry. Keep and carry. I am telling you that because not only the senior officers need to be protected in the police service, you need to protect the WPCs, the frontline people, like the task force, the frontline people, the first responders, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a very serious thing that we are seeing in Trinidad right now. I mean, we are similar to Colombia. We are similar to under, like, you know when they had Pablo Escobar, and it's frightening. It's frightening. It's a very, no offense, but yesterday I had a great time at the Colombian with the ambassador to Colombia. Colombia Day, National Day was they celebrated it yesterday, and I was invited. So, but nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, it's a serious thing what's going on. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, the press statement is on my page. Organized syndicate criminal gangs planning to carry assassination, robberies, kidnapping, gang leaders extradited from the MSP prison, said Commissioner of Police Allister Guevarro. Extracted from the MSP prison. I'm reading really fast. Said Commissioner of Police Allister Guevarro at a press briefing early on Friday, 18th of July, 2025. Commissioner of Police Allister Guevarro said that he recommended the SOE after he received intelligence report. And this is what I said this morning. And I want you to pull back that for me, that what I said this morning early before everybody came out, I stood in my kitchen. Now, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you, during the rush, because I came from downstairs, upstairs, and I just got up, and my researcher called me, you know what's happening? I said, what is happening? Are you going to stay home today? It's Friday. So the moment I see staff calling me early in the morning, it's some sad story. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, he said there's a state of emergency. What? So by the time I started to make my calls, I put on my jersey, prep up, and went straight down to the kitchen. Not realizing, ladies and gentlemen, that my pants wasn't really pulled up now. But that's not the issue. You didn't really see nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? So everybody just going off on this thing, well, oh God, I.A.N could have fixed it, but that is not the issue. The most important thing, I brought the message. That there was a state of emergency, and what contributed to the state of the emergency, that the police, they got intelligence, they got information about gangs, planning something, and it started from MSP, it started from persons who inside there, the gangs and them, and they're liaising with their counterparts outside. So we did a live today. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, this is what the commissioner said. He said immediately relayed the information at a meeting of the National Security Council. And this morning, what I told you, you go back to those things. And you can hear from the video that I did this morning in my kitchen. He said, immediately he relayed the information at a meeting of the National Security Council, and later recommended to the PM and Attorney General that the state of emergency was necessary to assist law enforcement in addressing the clear and present danger. That is what we have right now. We're going to take a fast break. In fact, let's go to the clip. Go ahead.
Trinidad and Tobago, I am here today to address you on a matter of grave concern. Yesterday afternoon, I would have received intelligence reports whereby organized criminal gangs with persons inside of the prisons and persons operating on the outside of the prisons have formed themselves into what I would want to term an organized crime syndicate, and that they were planning actively so to carry out assassinations, robberies, and kidnappings. And when I received this information, it was most troubling to me. I had to approach the National Security Council last night. And when I addressed the National Security Council, I later had a briefing with the Prime Minister and the Attorney General and made a recommendation. And this recommendation was made with a heavy heart to ask the Prime Minister and the Attorney General to accede to my request to have a state of emergency placed on Trinidad and Tobago, and particular emergency powers placed in the hands of law enforcement to treat with the threat. They would have agreed, and the President last night would have signed that proclamation, and I would have received it, following which my men and myself would have hit the ground running, and I, just having returned from the maximum security prison at Aruca, where I would have personally supervised the extraction of those gang leaders to be placed in another facility where they would now be housed, one where they would not have access to the liberal communication that they were using to facilitate this reign of terror upon the great citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. More so, we have seen recent acts of kidnapping and homicides being perpetrated against our citizenry that we have been able to trace back to this organized crime syndicate. And as your Commissioner of Police, I cannot in all good conscience stand before you at any given time knowing what I know and not take definitive action against it.
The Ian Alleyne Show will be right back.
Smarter cooling, cleaner air, better sleep starts with Alpha Air Conditioning Limited. Discover our TCL or Green Energy Standard and inverter power saving units. Smart controls, high efficiency, ultra cooling, and advanced filtration for a healthier home. Call or visit us to schedule your installation.
Keep your stock off the floor. Optimize your warehouse with premium selective pallet racking from Boaster US Company Limited, designed to maximize vertical space and boost efficiency. Get organized today, create a smarter, more effective storage solution. Call Boaster at 724-2262.
This just in, Santa's out of the naughty corner and into full apology mode at Passad the Food King. Big apologies equal big giveaways and bigger savings. Santa's second gift to you. 20 lucky winners will get 2 CPL party stand tickets each. That's 40 tickets to be won. Plus huge savings this week on Kraft mac and cheese dinner, 5.5 ounces, 2 boxes for $20. Minced chicken, 5 pounds, just $99. Nestle low-fat Recon milk, 12 by 1 liter, $137 per case. Happy Chow-Mein noodles, 2 27 grams, 4 packs for just $20. Maryland wafers, strawberry and vanilla, 115 grams, 4 for just $20. Maggie's Soup It Up Assorted, 3 packs for $20. Dutch potatoes, 10 pounds, now just $20. Swiss peanut butter creamy, 235 grams, 2 tubs for just $20. Shop and save big this month at Passad the Food King. Hurry, these deals end July 21st or while stocks last.
Passad, quality value, that's our way. A real Passad, we're here to stay. The food keep Passads.
Have Ian Allen live and in person at your business and showcase your product and services to over 100 million viewers across the Ian Allen network. This is your chance to let millions know about your company or services. Book your live from 30 minutes or more and watch your business be transformed with Ian Allen Live. To book your live, contact Ian Allen at 225-4327 or call our offices at 225-3250 or 389-7018. Don't miss this opportunity. Call and book today.
Welcome to I.A.N Hotel at Georgetown, Guyana, where business and leisure meet comfort. Our 138 smartly designed rooms offer fast Wi-Fi and a secure, private space perfect for work or relaxation. Dine at our Mosaic restaurant, where 2 international chefs craft global dishes with bold local flavors. On Fridays and Saturdays, enjoy breathtaking views at the Horizon rooftop with your favorite wine or cocktail. I.A.N Hotel at Georgetown, for travelers who value comfort, convenience, and connection. Check out our website to view room availability and make your booking today.
Neo Eyewear Limited, a leader in the eyewear business with complete glasses which include frame, lens, and eye test for only $3.95. We have one of the largest selections of frames and brands for you to choose from, such as Gucci, Tom Ford, Balenciaga, St. Laurent, and even the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Conveniently open from Sunday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So visit us at 91D Main Road, Montrose Mall, or M6 Plaza, Endeavor.
Hey, you got your land? Yeah, by a year ago, me get me land, boy.
Starks, you got jobs, yeah?
Yeah, by construction work. And you know what, boy? My sister going to UG free.
Wow, nice, great.
I like what they do with the education, boy.
By money making our country now, boy.
Have to run this country, boy. This country will run tight, boy.
Why? Things moving fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
PPP know what they're doing, but the next party sailing. I take cause you could reach a man anytime, boy.
By the hospital doing fast and it looking nice, boy.
I'm not imperfect, but they're better than all other political parties we have in Ghana here.
By the man doing great and there's no turning back.
No, definitely no tournament. PPP all the way.
Yeah.
Play, you to play. Nice. There's no tournament. PPP all the way.
That was a paid political ad.
To our loyal fans and growing audience, with just $1 you can support our operations and contribute to the work that we do. Contribute while you're watching. Send your contributions to our PayPal account at ianalleyne@gmail.com and our First Citizens account. Swift code provided for international transfers.
Welcome back to the Ian Allen Show.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you something tonight, and you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked to know, ladies and gentlemen, the Commissioner of Police said, and this is a very serious thing, and I'm really jumping out of myself here today. And the press release from the police service, and you all post up all those things. The intelligence reveals, second paragraph, that incarcerated individuals are actively leveraging internal and external network to plan and execute attack on key figures within the national security, which are the police officers, and not only seniors, and you know, that's a terrible word to use, only seniors. They are frontline officers who might be in the rank, who might just be a police constable, who might just be a WPC, but they're fighting crime neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. Include seniors. All right, so make sure that the frontline persons be given a keep and carry, a TTPS issued firearm, maybe a wireless, and let them go home, because they have families too. They have families. I think different, you know. I am not like the rest and think about myself and think about my detail and make me look flamsy and make me look like I am a ranking thing. No. Think about the people. Think about my team. Think about the hard-working WPC and the hard-working police constable, the first responders. They need to be protected. Your wife and your husband, they are no different to the seniors. They are no different. They are no different. There is no difference in family. So again, we must protect, ladies and gentlemen, our seniors. And I'm continuing. And it also said that the intelligence revealed that incarcerated individuals are actively leveraging internal and external network to plan and execute attack on key figures within the national security and justice sector. When I say justice, I'm speaking about judicial officers. But I want to tell you something today. And this is justice sectors and whatnot, right? These efforts are not isolated but represent a structured campaign involving multiple criminal entities whose target includes senior police officers. And look at that part there. This is what I want you to see. Just enlarging that for me, please, as I wait. It includes members, ladies and gentlemen, of the judiciary. And speaking about members, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to highlight something to you today. There's a High Court judge. There's a High Court judge identified as Indrani Sideno. This is a photograph here. A very distinguished, very respectable, well-learned in her field judge. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, now I can't commend, you can't tell me where I got this information from. I can't tell you who told me this. It came from my website from a reliable source, a very, very reliable source. It came from my website, a very reliable source. That judge, Indrani Sideno, is presiding over a matter that I can't comment. So we don't know if that matter involving these individuals, but nevertheless, I don't want to go there, but I want to talk about his safety. You know, a couple days ago, I think maybe a week or so ago, police came and met with that judge and told her that there's an imminent threat against her life, her family, and the criminal elements know where she lives, which is a frightening thing. You are hearing it on Crime Watch, and I am saying it today. And what the person said, they indicated to me, it is alleged. I don't know if the Chief Justice thinks that information, it doesn't really warrant a strong security detail. Because currently, the said judge has a little unmarked vehicle with 2 police officers following her. Wherever she went wrong, but I'll tell you something, what the person indicated to me, that while this woman is being driven in front, at least 5 car lengths to the back, they are there. This woman's family is exposed to the criminal elements. And I am not saying that based on intelligence. Based on intelligence. And if anything happens to this judge, I blame those in authority. It's a very, very serious matter. I don't understand how the Chief Justice, so I don't know what is his take on it. I don't know if somebody have to come and shoot up the house to say that now it is serious. But the very idea, and it is similar to what the police did when they gathered intelligence, realizing that there were gangs and whatnot, that there were gangs. Recent intelligence has confirmed the emergency of a coordinated and highly dangerous criminal network operating within the Trinidad and Tobago Correctional Facility, and all the information they gathered, and they took it to the Prime Minister. This is the same department, this is the same unit, ladies and gentlemen, in the TTPs that gathered this information. And as a result of gathering this information, we are now at a state. We are now in a state of emergency because they had good information. This is the same information went to that judge. The same persons went to that judge and told that judge, ladies and gentlemen, that you are facing a clear and present danger. Your life is under threat. And today I ask, what is the Chief Justice doing about it? How many of your officers have been threatened and it's like no protection? You drive around Port of Spain with a full detailed security, police car, mark, unmarked, the works. I have no problem with that. You're the Chief Justice. But what about your officers similar that are like of Indrani Sideno, High Court Judge, and other judicial officers? Why? And this is where it came from, And I can tell you this today. This, ladies and gentlemen, this state of emergency, and where they said, ladies and gentlemen, members of the judiciary and personnel within the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution and officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, their lives are under threat. But I can tell you something here. When they said members of the judiciary, I could put my neck on a block. They were referring based on the threat against High Court Judge Indrani Sideno. I tell you that today. And what is the government? What is the Chief Justice doing? Are you going to put someone by our home after something happened? After something happened? Are you going to put a security detail at her home with her family while she's dispensing justice somewhere in town? Tell me. And today I had to let the whole world know, ladies and gentlemen, where it started, where the threat started against members of the judiciary. It started within Johnny Sideno. And I want anybody, listen, I challenge anybody today, come and tell me that is a lie. Come and tell me that is a lie. Whether it be the Prime Minister, whether it be the Minister of National Security, whether it be the Commissioner of Police, I challenge any one of you, come and tell me that is a lie. Nobody, ladies and gentlemen, can tell me that is a lie. That woman's life is under threat. That woman's life is under threat. But yet, ladies and gentlemen, all she has is 2 little officers in an unmarked van, quito, and she's up in front. Not even a coordinated detail. But there are people who has big detail that they do absolutely nothing. You know, ladies and gentlemen, and speaking about, let me take a break.
Ian Alleyne Show will be right back.
Dear viewers, be reminded that we go live on multiple platforms. If our YouTube is down, you have other options. You can view us live on Facebook on the Ian Allen Network or live from our website at ianalleyne.org.
Imagine your ocean view dream home. Now it's possible. With just $25,000 down and $1,041 monthly for 10 years, you can start building right away. Secure private lots in the Cedros area. Call now for bookings and info.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Introducing CTS College's Early Learners Academy, our physical school with a nursery, daycare, and preschool. With qualified and experienced staff, modern classrooms, and the latest teaching methods and technology, your child would get the personal care and education they deserve. Activities include potty training, storytelling, phonics, craft, academics, and field trips. Enroll your child today at CTS College's Early Learners Academy.
Enhance your interiors with the unmatched quality of SPC flooring from Steamore Limited. Our premium floors are waterproof, low maintenance, and built to endure, featuring advanced multi-layer construction for lasting performance. Our expert installation is backed by a 12-month warranty, ensuring excellence from product to finish. Enjoy exclusive pricing at $18.95 per square foot or $57 per plank. Warner Village, Charlieville. Quality flooring, professional installation. That's the Steamore standard.
Book the Ian Allen Network for a live broadcast of all your special events, including parties, seminars, political and religious events, prayers, funerals, weddings, and more, live on the #1 network. Book now, and use our platform to broadcast to millions of our viewers. If they can't make it, they can view it, live on the Ian Allen Network. Contact our offices at 225-4327 or 225-3250 and book your live event coverage today.
Feeling off balance? Your body might be missing AMPK. It's your natural reset, regulating how your body stores fat and processes sugar. Berberine Plus activates AMPK, helping your cells use energy better, reduce fat, and keep sugar levels in check. Berberine Plus, now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
If you're talking value for your money, talking Harry's.
Water Park. Your adventure awaits.
Wellness through the years with Well Baby, Well Kid, Her Well Teen, Him Well Teen, Well Woman, and Wellman. Why take an ordinary multivitamin when there's a supplement designed for your specific life stage? For every stage in life, trust Phytobiotics.
Variety Supplies Limited has big news. Our new shipment has just arrived with thousands of one-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else in the country. A wide assortment of trash cans, laundry baskets, storage trays and baskets in a variety of colors and styles, rice dispensers, firecracker stoves, cabinets, storage drawer sets, toddler chairs, bar stools. New surprises hit the shelves every week, so there's always something exciting to discover. Head on down to 99 Guapa Road, Faisabad. Come see what's new only at Delhi, where the extraordinary is in stock.
Welcome back to the I.A.N Show.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, in February, and I want to bring back something, in February 2024, High Court Judge Frank C. Prasad wrote to the then Police Commissioner, Earl Christopher, requesting urgent reinstatement of police officers to protect him as he continues to face that threat. Why does man have to go beg the commissioner, the then commissioner? Why? So but the Chief Justice depend on his officers to do the right thing. But why can't you not protect them? Why can't you not protect them? Mr. Archie, why? Why? Today I ask you why. I mean, you live the life. You have the blue lights. Nobody fighting for no blue lights here, you know. Nobody fighting for detail here, you know. Nobody fighting for it. But when you are in a position dispensing and you dispense justice, and you have to, your name calling before matters where these criminals committed heinous crimes. These people are wired different. They will mark your face. They know where you are living because that is what they told in Johnny C. They know, we know where you live. The criminals know where she lives. And that is the information they went back and they tell her. That is what the police service members, senior members of the police service and that unit went back and tell the judge. And today, ladies and gentlemen, what has been done? What's going on at her home? And that is why I'm bringing it back to Frank C. Prasad, High Court Judge. He had to write. Imagine you have to write and say to reinstate. What is the Chief Justice doing? And I will tell you something. High Court Judge Frank C. Prasad wrote to then Police Commissioner Earl Christopher requested the urgent reinstatement of police officers to protect him as he continues to face death threats. At that time, C. Prasad was being protected by a private security bodyguard following the decision by Top Cop last year. Private, you know. So who's paying for that? Private. Justice C. Prasad was provided police protection since 2017 after the reports of a plot to kill him. He received protection under the tenure of former Police Commissioner Stephen Williams, Gary Griffith, and MacDonald. In June 2020, a brass-colored 9mm round of ammunition was sent to C. Prasad in a mail with a note, you're a racist, blah, blah, blah. His security detail was increased after that threat in 2020. In 2022, he received a death threat via email that he and his family would suffer. That's the same thing. That's the same thing that the criminals, that's the same intelligence that the police service got. That there is a threat against the High Court Judge Sidano and her family. And that's the same thing Frank C. Prasad went through. And the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know what they did with that. I don't know if they increased his detail. I don't know what they did. But there are people in the judiciary, frontline people, ladies and gentlemen, that deserve some level of protection. It doesn't take too much. How many people? We must never, let me tell you something. We as a nation, ladies and gentlemen, must never forget Dana Sita, our senior counsel. Put up a picture of her. We must never forget that woman. We must never forget that woman. That woman didn't die in an accident. That woman didn't drown. That woman didn't die by no sickness. She was gunned down. She was gunned down. I remember that night. I was in Port of Spain. She was gunned down. And still, ladies and gentlemen, other senior counsels received threats after that. I remember speaking with Israel Khan. Yeah, if we go back, we can pull back that. I remember speaking with Israel Khan. Because he was involved with a matter with Dana Sita Hall, senior counsel. It was frightening. But I will tell you something. We have a 10 days memory in this country, you know. After the jeopardize it. Nah, nothing is going to happen. Don't get tired. These people are wired up different. To members of the judiciary, to senior police officers, put your foot down. If they want you to go after the criminals, if they want you to sentence them, let them protect you. Let them protect you. Let me take a break.
The Ian Alleyne Show will be right back.
It's time to invest in your future. Lots for sale 3 minutes from the Rio Claro Junction. Only $255,000. Pay $25,000 down and $1,917 per month for 10 years. Private financing available. Start building right away. Call us now.
Are you ready for the ultimate adrenaline rush? It's Truckfest 2025, the motorsport festival, lighting up the Frankie Boudram Wallafield International Raceway. August 1st to the 3rd, track racing, drifting, car show, off-roading display, and a massive sound-off from 4 p.m. to midnight. Truckfest 2025.
It's Christmas in July at Bright Ideas, and we're turning up the heat with our biggest event yet, Slay the Savings. From tents to tables, your favorite store is packed like a Christmas tree, with real deals on stuff you actually want. Kitchen, bedroom, decor, and more. From mega combos to unbelievable discounts to once-a-year deals, it's all out and ready to grab now. Every day, check out Facebook and Instagram to see what we're unwrapping next. Can't make it in store? No problem. Shop online at brightideyashomestore.com or download the Bright Ideas mobile app. It's festive, fabulous, and only while stocks last. Bright Ideas, Slay the Savings is on.
Looking to complete your home? Be sure to check out Ramesh & Sons Home Furnishing Limited. We offer modern and affordable furnishings for any household. We carry all major brands of refrigerators, stoves, washers, dryers, and more. Check out our Blaupont line of German stainless steel look of chest freezers. Remember, we also carry a wide range of stylish and cost-effective furniture in our very own Relax King brand. Visit our showroom at 99 Calcutta Road, Freeport for the best prices. Contact 232-5170. Ramesh & Sons Home Furnishing Limited. Fulfilling all your household needs.
Eyes TT offers over 25 years of experience, are retinal specialist and the latest cutting-edge equipment. We handle diagnostic and surgical needs for retinal, cataract, glaucoma, pediatric and diabetic eye care. Also glasses. We provide it all under one roof. Our head office is located seconds off the Freeport flyover. Branches also in North, South and Tobago. Call 349 Eyes for more information. Payment plans are available. Eyes TT, taking eye care into the future.
Mata Imports Limited, the #1 pickup shop for the best quality, price, and service. Check out their showroom at number 750 Papari Road, Lower Barrapo, for a wide variety of 4x4, SUV, and car accessories. You name it, they have it. Mata Imports has all the latest items in the market. The 4x4 boss is always taking you to the next level in the automotive industry. So contact them today at 654-5234 or 360-8773 for further information.
Unbeatable deals, unbeatable experience. More savings, more smiles. Shop smart, save more at SNS. Quality you trust, prices you love. At SNS Supermarket, we make every trip rewarding. From unbeatable promotion to top-tier customer service, we bring you the best deals with an endless variety and effortless shopping. From everyday essentials to unique finds. We have it all in one place. No more running around. Shop at any one of our conveniently located branches in Learo, Rio Claro, or Freeport.
Welcome back to the Ian Alleyne Show.
So, ladies and gentlemen, well, now you understand what's going on. Wanted for murder, Michael Moore sought in gruesome killing of Candace Honoré. Michael Moore of San Luis Road Extension, Guayco Tamada, Sandy Grande is wanted by police in connection with a brutal murder of 22-year-old Candace Honoré, who went missing on Tuesday. According to sources, after allegedly murdering Honoré at his home, Moore approached a neighbor and asked to borrow a suitcase. So you are seeing that I spoke to the neighbor and whatnot, so we got to run a minute or two with that. Also, instead, Moore wrapped Honoré's body in a plastic, stuffed it in a suitcase, then hired a taxi. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make an apology because I saw this photograph was circulating all over. Media houses ran with it, but I will tell you something. When we run with something, everybody will say, oh God, Ian Alleyne. No, the right thing is the right thing. I realize, and this information, should I say where we got it from? But I want to, but nevertheless, we went with a photograph, and I want to publicly apologize to Warren Lewis. Yeah, because again, Warren Lewis, we apologize. I would like to sincerely and unreservedly apologize to Mr. Warren Lewis. Those images was mistakenly used during our television broadcast on social media. No, I had to do that. Mr. Lewis was incorrectly identified in place of Michael Moore, the individual who is currently wanted by police in connection with the brutal murder of 22-year-old Candace Honoré. The error was not intentional, and we deeply regret and distress, embarrassment, or inconvenience if it may have caused Mr. Lewis and his family. All necessary corrections are being made across our platforms as we are taking steps to ensure such mistakes do not occur in the future. Once again, we extend our sincerest apology. And I told my staff, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's the right thing. Because everybody ran with it. They ran with it all on social media. They ran with all platforms. You understand? But nevertheless, I think I have a duty today. I have a duty, ladies and gentlemen, to make things right. I have a duty to make things right. Let me take a break.
The Ian Alleyne Show will be right back.
This Christmas in July, Bright Ideas is lighting up your home like it's Christmas morning. Unwrap 25% off all lighting, fixtures and chandeliers all month long. From sleek modern pieces to statement chandeliers. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and reveal something bright and beautiful. Check our 8 locations or online at brightideashomestore.com or on the Bright Ideas mobile app. This Christmas in July, it's time to shine. Bright Ideas. Slay the savings.
Do you know just how important tires are in getting the maximum performance from your car? Dunlop, a leading manufacturer of ultra-high performance tires, carefully designed grooves and blocks for more rubber-to-road contact.
Are you embarrassed by excessive hair loss, itchy flaky scalp, receding hairline, teenage and adult cystic acne, open pores, old scar marks, puffy dark eye circles, age spots, black lips, psoriasis, eczema or dermatitis? Do you want to get rid of deep lines and wrinkles, stretch marks, cellulite and discoloration around the neck, arms and between the legs? For a professional consultation and a microscopic analysis with Ms. Fagan, who has over 30 years of experience, call 673-7418 now.
Trinidad, your favorite shopping experience is coming to a close. It's the final days of Fab India Expo, located opposite Medford gas station in Chaguanas. Enjoy up to 80% off on all your favorites, from elegant Indian wear and dazzling jewelry to home decor, footwear and so much more. We're closing on Monday, July 21st, so don't miss your last chance. Visit us opposite Medford gas station in Chaguanas. But don't worry, we'll be back for Diwali. Fab India Expo. Discover the magic of India right here in Trinidad.
Step into Sensational Beauty Studio by Tina, your one-stop beauty destination. From micro shading and brow tinting to makeup, hair coloring, manicures, pedicures, and relaxing massages. Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Walk-ins and appointments welcome. Book today.
Get delicious meals and cold drinks at Double R Restaurant and Bar. Enjoy local cuisine daily and our Saturday Riverline menu. Fireside duck, cascadoo, goat head, lagoon rice, and more. Delivery available in the Chaguanas area. Call us today for more info.
To our loyal fans and growing audience, with just $1 you can support our operations and contribute to the work that we do. Contribute while you're watching. Send your contributions to our PayPal account at oneian.allen@gmail.com and our First Citizens account. Swift code provided for international transfers.
Welcome back to the Ian Allen Show.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't tell you about the last SOE was in 2024. I didn't tell you that, right? The last SOE was in 2024, December 30th, 2024. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, ladies and gentlemen, declared a nationwide state of emergency based on continued criminal activities that could endanger public safety. On January 13, 2025, Parliament extended the SOE by 3 months. No curfew restrictions of movement were implemented. Also, there was a SOE 2021 that was in COVID-19 pandemic. In May 2021. So I'm just telling you about the last two occasions we had declared a state of emergency in this country. It was in May 2021. Government announced a state of emergency to treat with the COVID pandemic. Also, ladies and gentlemen, police shoot and kill a man near KFC in Aruca. Bystanders express outrage. A man was shot and killed by police near the KFC outlet, approximately 20 feet from the Aruca Junction on Thursday, July the 17th. According to police officers responding to reports from a police command center about suspicious men in the area. Upon arrival, they encountered two suspects. One man was reportedly shot during the encounter, while others escaped, police said. Police claim a firearm was recovered at the scene, and the injured man was taken to the Arima District Hospital, where he was declared dead. However, the exact circumstances surrounding the shooting remains unclear. Several persons thereby expressed outrage over the police action, questioning the justification for the shooting. The commissioner was asked to name some of the specific targets of the organized syndicate, but he said he won't answer such question at this time. This is what he had to say.
Are you able at this time to identify some of the specific targets that these criminals were aiming after?
So by giving rise to that information, I would then be placing that information into the public, which I don't want it to be. So that is one of the questions that I won't answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, however, an earlier press statement by the Trinidad and Tobago Police on Friday said the attack were against senior official and national institutions. The statement went on to state that the intelligence revealed that incarcerated individuals are actively leveraging internal and external network to plan to execute attack on key figures within the national security and justice sector. And when I tell you justice sector, I want to tell you about a judge, ladies and gentlemen. A judge today. And I.A.N. I have to pick up for that judge. I have to pick up for that judge. And not only her alone, all the other judicial officers. While the Chief Justice driving around with 2-3 cars. 2-3 cars, ladies and gentlemen, up and down the place. What about those who dispense justice, the judicial officers? What about them? What about them? I hope every one of them, and I'm calling on the head of the Security Council, which is the Honorable Prime Minister, please put something in place for the rest of the judicial officers. You have to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Guevarro said there were members within the national security apparatus who have facilitated the criminal elements from behind bars in furtherance of the criminal syndicate. What is that's a very, very strong statement. That's a very strong statement. So, ladies and gentlemen, so I am going now with the press conference for you to understand what went on today. Go ahead.
Yesterday afternoon, I would have received intelligence reports whereby organized criminal gangs with persons inside of the prisons and persons operating on the outside of the prisons have formed themselves into what I would want to term an organized crime syndicate, and that they were planning actively so to carry out assassinations, robberies, and kidnappings. And when I received this information, it was most troubling to me. I had to approach the National Security Council last night. And when I addressed the National Security Council, I later had a briefing with the Prime Minister and the Attorney General. and made a recommendation, and this recommendation was made with a heavy heart, to ask the Prime Minister and the Attorney General to accede to my request to have a state of emergency placed on Trinidad and Tobago, and particular emergency powers placed in the hands of law enforcement to treat with the threat. They would have agreed, and the President last night would have signed that proclamation, and I would have received it, following which my men and myself would have hit the ground running, and I, just having returned from the maximum security prison at Aruca, where I would have personally supervised the extraction of those gang leaders to be placed in another facility where they would now be housed, one where they would not have access to the liberal communication that they were using to facilitate this reign of terror upon the great citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. More so, we have seen recent acts of kidnapping and homicides being perpetrated against our citizenry that we have been able to trace back to this organized crime syndicate. And as your Commissioner of Police, I cannot in all good conscience stand before you at any given time knowing what I know and not take definitive action against it. Today marks the 18th of June, 1 month in the seat. I must say that I am grateful for the outpouring support that I have received from the public. And today would have been a day that I had planned, and I still plan to, commend and award officers who, during the past month since I've been in office, recovered over 30 firearms off the streets. And that award ceremony, I have not cancelled it, even though I didn't sleep last night, but it is my intention to commend these officers and award them today, and I'm inviting you, the members of the media, to join us after in that ceremony. These are hard-working officers. These are the frontline officers that I often speak about. And they took, and not only took firearms off the street, but they arrested persons and placed them before the court. And that is why I am proud of them to the point where I feel there's a need to commend them. I do not wish to labor this much longer, but I will now open the floor to questions. I see Mr. McBurney chomping at the bits. Go ahead, sir. Just know that I've been going on probably 28 hours without sleep, right?
Well, I guess the one of the first questions I noticed in the media release and what you said just now, although you briefed the National Security Council, this comes less than 12 hours after the Homeland Security Minister would have said there is no uptick or upsurge in crime. What do you say to that? And it comes just, what, 2 or 3 months after the last state of emergency ended as well. So, what are your thoughts on that? And also, was the Homeland Security Minister consulted? Did you all have any sort of, one-on-one conversations in terms of allocation of resources, etc., going forward?
All right, so that's a real mouthful. So I'll try to bite it one piece. Firstly, the Homeland Security Minister was absolutely correct when he said that there's no uptick in crime. The crime statistics actually are lower in comparison to last year and year before. So that's a no-brainer. With regards to conversations with the Homeland Security Minister about strategies going forward, strategies are sometimes better felt than spoken about. If I have a crime strategy, I would not want to come before you, the media, and advertise the crime strategy, because then it would come to naught. So there are strategies in play. And with regards to this state of emergency coming on the heels of another, this has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do, with any particular threat to a politician, any particular threat to any group of persons outside of what I mentioned here to you, that there are a group of criminals in our society, some of them behind bars and some of them on the outside, form themselves into an amalgamated unit of a organized crime syndicate and intent on wreaking havoc on the good citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I hope that answers your question.
Commissioner, good morning.
Ms. Paul, good morning to you.
Now, the press release from the TTP has indicated that there is no curfew in effect, but can you spell out the parameters under which the SOE is now going to take effect? What powers, what can citizens expect, and what powers does the police, law enforcement actually have again now? Additional powers, I should say.
The additional powers of the police, we, as per all state of emergencies, can now enter the premises of persons without a search warrant. And that is one of the key things that we must take into consideration, in particular with this state of emergency and the reason why it was asked for. Curfew. I have decided that that is not an issue with regards. I want the good citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to continue to enjoy their lifestyle without placing any undue sort of strain on them with regards to how they live, and we love to party and we love to socialize and all of that. So I would love to see Trinidad and Tobago continue. The persons who have to be concerned are the criminals, because this is what that particular SOE and the emergency powers geared to and aimed at targeting. So you, the good citizen, and all the good citizens that you know, Ms. Paul, have no reason to fear.
Commissioner, you mentioned just now that you all went to the prisons and would have moved the prisoners, etc., the ones who you think may be involved. The persons who they will be collaborating with on the outside, do you think that, have you all started rounding, have the police started rounding these people up, or do you think by announcing this, they've gotten a head start and they will now be able to go into hiding, etc.?
So since 12:02 this morning when I received the proclamation, at 12:05 my men already started covert and overt operations throughout the country. So the part with me coming from the prison was just a part of that. This is not an SOE of reaction. It is an SOE with proaction. So even whilst I was approaching the Prime Minister and the Attorney General to take action, I was hopeful and placed things in position to act immediately.
Mr. Guevarro, just by chance, I know you said you made mention that certain persons, gang leaders, were moved from the MSP in Aruca. Is it possible to get a number or even an average number of how many persons were moved this morning?
I will not be giving that information because I do not want to place any particular spotlight and give rise to any particular names being published that I do not want out into the public. We don't want to make these people famous, you know.
No, not necessarily.
No, not at all.
If there's an average number of persons, even if you don't want to give a specific number, if it's more than the 12, yeah.
I will hold out from that. I will hold away from that question now. Just know that they are safely incarcerated in a place where communication is now limited.
Commissioner, good morning. James Laven, CNC3 News. Is there any information that there are members of the National Security Service who are part and parcel of this plot?
That is a very interesting question. And if I was to answer that question and tell you no, I would be lying to you and the members of the public. Because how else would Ms. Martin and her team, almost on a weekly basis, be finding phones inside of the same cells? So there are persons who seem hell-bent on facilitating the communication of these persons with the outside. So by removing them from that environment and placing them in one where they are a lot more secure, I can feel rest assured that that communication link is broken.
No, we have a state of emergency in place now. You said the inmates on the inside will move to a secure location where they can't communicate with others. Why wasn't that enough to address the situation?
Because they have persons on the outside. Remember I said they form themselves into an organized syndicate. Persons on the outside and persons on the inside working together. This is a big money thing, you know. Kidnapping, home invasions, extortions, the infiltration of URP gangs and state contracts. These are the things that they are using to fund. And guess what they're buying with the money? more guns to come after you. And that is what we want to prevent. So I would urge Trinidad and Tobago to work alongside the TTPS in bringing this to some successful closure.
Now, I couldn't help but notice on your arm there's a emblem that resembles the Punisher sign, right? What if
I am not Punisher?
Well,
just
what
that
if
out there.
anything is going to be done or in place to prevent or to mitigate the reports of or instances of abuse of power by the members of the
Let us not be presumptive and believe that that is the direction we are going. I want Trinidad and Tobago to feel safe. I don't want to presume that my officers will go there and abuse the citizens. And if any reports of that come to my attention, I will treat with it. We have processes and procedures in place. There's a DO called 14 of 2008. I almost know it verbatim. Disciplinary processes and procedures. So if you, as a member of the TTPS, should breach 14 of 2008 or any of the departmental orders or other legislation that govern us, policies, procedures, we have processes to deal with that. So fear not, good citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
Will the TTPS be getting support from the Defense Force and will we be getting increased manpower from the Defense Force during this? And also, will the Defense Force have powers of arrest, which is something that normally comes up during a state of emergency?
Yes, the Defense Force officers will have powers of arrest, similar to police officers during the emergency powers regulations. And yes, the CDS and I have spoken. He was present at the National Security Council meeting yesterday, and he has pledged full support for our efforts.
Are you able at this time to identify some of the specific targets that these criminals were aiming after?
So by giving rise to that information, I would then be placing that information into the public, which I don't want it to be. So that is one of the questions that I won't answer.
Now, this intelligence that you would have gathered about this plot, it was gathered during which period? Or how long ago? Was it just yesterday alone or over a period of time?
So over a period of a couple months, bits and pieces of intelligence data came to bear. However, yesterday afternoon, a particular intelligence report came to my attention that had to be brought immediately before the National Security Council. So even though there were existing reports within the sphere of the intelligence data, yesterday's report was the, as they say, the proverbial straw that breaks the camel back. Yes, that's the one.
Now, usually, and on Monday you was on CNC3 News Morning Brew, and you spoke of...
from Guardian Media, yeah.
You spoke of post-SOE, there seems to be a rise in criminal activity.
I never said
to some level of normalcy, criminal normalcy.
Right, yes.
Right? What, if anything, can or will be done to ensure that this plot that has happened now, after the SOE, that there won't be a continuation?
What, if anything, would be there to what?
To ensure that after the SOE, after this thing has ended, that we won't see a return to this plot, a return to people, members of the national security apparatus bringing in cell phones into these cells, and we're going back, as we like to say in Trinidad, spinning top in mud.
I am hopeful that the persons and the powers that be that have control over the individual organizations can treat with their individual problems, just as the TTPS continues to treat with its own problems, right? And for looking at the holistic view of it, those who are unable to treat with their individual problems, the TTPS will help them. And you know what we will do, right? Nice.
Make a tell me still.
They will face the court. Just as I said, the parents who cannot control their children, we will do what? Confine them. If they can't control the people who work under them, we'll confine them for them too. And the mere fact that I went to that prison this morning, it had plenty room. Plenty room. I saw cells there with 8 and 10 double-deckers empty. So, that room.
Based on the intelligence, is there any connection between this, I want to use the word plot, and the last jailbreak that we had some years ago?
No, there is no information or intelligence to say that there is any link between the two.
And the last SOE again was called because of gang violence. Are you satisfied that that was properly dealt with? And are you confident that this state of emergency would properly deal with the scourge of gang violence?
Right, so let me be lucidly clear. The last SOE, as you said, was held to deal with gang violence. This particular SOE is being held to deal with a particular threat, even though it involves persons who have formed themselves into an organized crime syndicate, or I don't want to use the word gang, because it's bigger than a gang when you look at different entities coming together. I do not wish to say that it have any, because it's something totally different. This is a particular threat that I had to approach the National Security Council with, so I want to make that absolutely clear. This has nothing to do with gang violence. Yeah, I see your colleague trying to tell you, hey, pass the mic now, man, you're hogging the mic, boy, what's going on?
Just one question before I pass the mic.
Hold on, so you're not working for the same media house?
You mentioned syndicate. Apart from the gangsters are part of the syndicate, could you identify some of the other players without obviously calling names?
So, how can I identify someone without calling names? You're asking me to name
the other aspects of the syndicate. We know it will be gangsters. Who else are part of the syndicate?
Well, you mentioned it yourself. There are persons within even law enforcement whose names may come up. There are persons who, and I don't want to like to use this word gang, we tend to give it a little rise to, gang. So the criminals outside there who form themselves into these little units and pretending to be bad boys out there, they have a lot of them and they like to give themselves all kind of pretty names, right? They even accuse at one point in time, they said the TTPS was a gang, but nah, that is not the truth. We are here. Well, you see, I ain't pointing any fingers, right? That is you, eh?
No, just saying, I was the PCA who said the biggest gang in the country was the TTPS.
All right. Well, I can say we are a group of committed professionals who continue to carry out our functions as it relates to the public.
Any disrespectful politicians part of the syndicate?
No, you're looking for me to call names. Next question.
Mr. Commissioner, you've been very specific in your wording, and you've said that the SOE is necessary to combat a particular threat.
Particular threat.
Very well. The Constitution allows after the declaration 15 days. It may be without going to the House. So it may be preemptive to ask, but I still have to ask, is it that you have a time frame in mind to treat with this threat? As you mentioned, it's a particular threat that you're dealing with. And do you expect to be done within the 15 days, or you may have to go back?
So this is a very fluid situation. And as I mentioned before, at 12 last night is when I collected this document, and I've been up since then. So it rules. I was in the prison this morning, I was in other places. So it is fluid. I cannot give rise to a particular sunset date on this. But I can tell you, the decision to put a sunset on this does not rest with the TTPS or the Commissioner of Police. It rests elsewhere. And I know I would be saying, I like to say that is somebody else's responsibility, but yeah, it's really somebody else's responsibility, right?
Commissioner, you've spoken about the fact that this organized syndicate is big business for them. Can you say whether or not the kidnapping of Sati Karim is in any way connected to this or is part of this?
I would want to be very cautious and not give rise to pointing any particular fingers, especially since
Crime Watch does not end at 7 p.m. It continues on all our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and on our website. Download the Ian Allen app today.
The young lady is still in the hands of kidnappers. So let us stay away from that aspect. But you will be updated accordingly.
Mova murder. Victim face blown off in brutal shooting. The man who was shot and killed at Clover Street in Mova has been identified as 39-year-old Miguel Hope. Hope, who lived at 61 Clover Street, was ambushed and shot a short distance from his home. He died at the scene on Thursday, July the 17th. Sources said Hope's face was severely disfigured during the shooting, leaving him almost unrecognizable. I didn't tell you that. I had something to tell you. before I wrap. Former National Security Minister to his successor. This is not crime watch. Says public statements are fueling crime. Former Minister of National Security Marvin Gonzalez has criticized his successor, Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, warning that public statements being made are causing fear. He made his statement while speaking at a news conference at the opposition leader's office in Port of Spain.
I want to tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago that the government is now in charge and the UNC is now in charge. And the utterances of their Minister of Homeland Security is causing more fear in the country than crime itself. The utterances of the Minister of Homeland Security is causing more fear and driving more fear in the national psyche than crime itself. And I want to tell the Minister, Honorable Minister, this is not the Crime Watch show. You cannot cycle your way out of this. You cannot hand wrestle your way out of this by distraction. This is the real show. And now it's time to show your capacity to fix the problem. And telling the country to wait and have patience is not going to help. This is the real show. And the country awaits the delivery of a clear policy by this government to deal with the crime situation, because you had 9 years to prepare yourself for this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, everybody had to come out and work, you know. And you see, I will tell you something before I go. When people get when they get their security detail, and this one have detail, and it's a flams thing. If they pull up by family, if they pull up by a mall, 2-3 security guard, car pulling up, people like them flams thing, you know. People like them flams thing. I mean, some of you who never had it. I mean, for years, I'm accustomed to that. We are accustomed to that. We are accustomed to security, resident, everything. But there are people who when they see that blue lights and that kind of presence with armed men around, your boy can really go up in your head. But what about the people who really need it? What about the people who need it? And today, I'm batting before I go, I am batting for the ministers, the senior police officers. Also, not forgetting the police, the regular police constable, the little corporal, the WPC, the woman corporal. I am batting for them, who are in front and dealing with criminals. Sometimes they treat these people like dogs sometimes. No, I'm telling you. I am telling you. But their family is no different to the family of the ACPs and the DCPs. Their children is no different. So we have to put mechanism in place, and I'm calling on the head of the Security Council, the Honorable Prime Minister, and then going to members of the judiciary. Make sure that we put things in place, not forgetting. And Johnny said, I had to tell you today, some of you might say, I never knew that. I never knew that High Court judge in Jam, but I challenge anybody today, come and tell me it is a lie. Come and tell me it is a lie. Come and tell me that. Come and tell me that a High Court judge currently, ladies and gentlemen, is facing a clear and present danger. Come and tell me that is a lie. Nobody dare not come and tell me it is a lie. Whether it can be who, they can't tell me that is a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of time. WhatsApp me on 1-868-294-4081. Go to my website and let me know what's happening. Go to ianalleyne.org. No username, no password. This is Ian Allen. Thank you. Good night.
Yo, there's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Stop crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the street. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fender. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream.